Okay, Bismillah. So, let me meet the requirements in as brief a manner as I can because, um, well, I've all been where you are. We've all been where you are. I will start. Let's start with Module 0, right? Here's my Module 0 because a lot of stuff is there. Um, and I will come back to that because I wanted to go over modularity. So, modularity plus first 8 weeks. Um, so, I preview everything and I have links, and I'll come back to these. And the AI, you can see, Sage the Linguist is here. I got my home page. I have my syllabus. I have instructor introduction, lots of other stuff. I have a whole self check. Here is for you know the cafe, whatever. Basically, asynchronous office hours, questions open, and I have a whole description. If you need private questions, just email me and link to it. Discussion board. This is one of my things I do ongoing to have ongoing interaction in the class and just put cool stuff. And then, um, introduction to linguistics the first week. Um, I have my roadmap. I have videos and stuff there explaining how things work. And then I have my embedded videos with embedded questions. I have restructured all of my. I had it restructured for poker, but then I learned a lot more stuff, and I did a whole other class for poker, and now I am restructuring everything. And some of the stuff you guys saw, how I restructured it in my um, previous work, so I won't talk about it too much. So here's week 1, week 2. Um, I have a Kahoot review that's showing that basically previews the entire course, everything that will be tested on in midterm and final. Though they have a lot of other work they're not necessarily tested on, but they can discuss. So 3 week 3 phonetics, all the different things there. I have extra videos explaining some of the lessons and phonology, all kinds of. Every week you can see discussion board, all these other kind of things. Week 5 grammar and syntax. Week 6 morphology and etymology. Week 7 morphology, etymology, English, language history, and computational linguistics. I want to include AI. I'm going to see if I can do that because I found some really good resources that are strictly linguistic resources, and semantics and paradigmatics leading up to discourse analysis, language and power in the midterm. So um, now I want to go back to my module 0. Here's my instructor homepage. And this I redid tonight. I had all the material, and I did something like this before, but man, GPT just really like took it to another level. And I asked it to create it like this, and I really like this. I can go straight to the modules. This is the first thing. One of the first things they're seeing after I send the email and all this other stuff, and a welcome video and email. This is a link to the AI Sage of the Linguist course syllabus, weekly modules. Again, here, student resources. So it takes you right to those um, that are in the bottom of module 0, near the bottom, the penultimate thing. A direct email. I can put in office hours, another link for Sage the Ring, a little bigger. Um, Brief introduction to me, kind of friendly, full biography, right? Um, and this is my Goodreads page, and it's live. Like I just finished uh, the Four Princes and Invention of the Land of Israel by Shlomo Sand, and I'm reading this book. It's really cool. Here's my YouTube channel, some martial arts stuff, some linguistic stuff, other stuff. And that's not the only real instructor homepage. I kind of have other stuff, just kind of giving people an idea who I am. Um, I restructured the syllabus so it all clicks, 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 and navigates. It's really big and long. A lot of the stuff, some of the stuff is in other places. I have a whole thing, on Tachiyoko. I might change this around a little bit, some of the images and stuff. It's not fully done because I have other ways of which I've done this. Okay, and this is instructor introduction page, a shorter video, just kind of again about linguistics. I'll probably do a two. They want you to do a 2-minute one. Okay, so here's a whole bunch of other stuff for this module 0. I've added a lot of it. You can see the AI assistant, right? And I have a couple other bots that I got that are pretty cool, that I didn't create, but I did make my own. And so I don't want to take any more time. It's 5.5 minutes. I hope that's good, adequate. Sorry if I took too long. Put it on double speed, man. All right. Much love. Thanks for all you taught me, both of you.